This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so it is design pattern. Okay, so in this design pattern, how the approach will be. So page object model is a design pattern, and in this design pattern, how we are going to develop a framework. So you will be hearing this term many times. Okay, so whenever you are working on Selenium and Java, so majority times your framework will have this page object model. So my framework is developed using page object model, BDD, and then or TDD or any data driven or combination of all these and page object model. So what is page object model is a design pattern. So in this design pattern, we create a class file for each page. Okay. So what is a class in Java? Who will tell? Java class? Very simple. A class in Java is, so guys, not attending Java classes. So Java class is a class in Java. Everything we write the program in class only. So we give the class name. Okay, for example, demo is my class name, and then your class will have the properties and methods. Okay, what you can say, variables, and it will have the methods, and you can create a object of class. Okay, so you will create a object of classes. So in design pattern, this page object model, each page in your framework, sorry, in your project. Suppose you are working for a Amazon client. Okay, so for each of the page in your application, you will create a one Java class. Okay, homepage.java. Okay, so this is my homepage. For this I will create a class homepage.java. What is my class name? Homepage. Okay, after I click on a mobiles page.java. So related methods, related elements, related locators I will write in that mobiles page.java. Okay, then home and kitchen is my another page. So for this I will create another class. What will be the name? Home and kitchen page.java. Okay, so that our home and kitchen is my class name. Okay, so instead of demo you will be giving that different names according to the pages. So how many number of pages you have? 100 pages you have, 50 pages you have, that 50 classes you will create in this page object model design pattern. Let me repeat. Okay, hi Harpreet. Hi guys. Okay, so
Yeah.
initially there were 6 candidates, 3 join now. So yeah, fine. So what is page object model? Page object model is a design pattern in Selenium. So creating Selenium test cases result in an unmaintainable project. Whenever we are working, so there are so many things, right? So many buttons are there, so much of functionality. How I will be automating in a one class file, right? So how I am writing one scenario, like click on a mobiles and then, or a orange HRM, you are creating one scenario. Which one? Login scenario, for example, you are automating login. So you are able to write in a one class file. Yes or no? So you are able to manage that, but you have so many buttons and then so many pages, so much of functionality. So writing your Selenium code in a one class or different classes, but there is no design pattern, then it will be very much difficult to maintain. So the projects, Selenium projects, will result in a unmaintainable projects. So one of the reasons that we will write so much of duplicate code. Okay, we will write duplicate code means what? You are writing same code, the same registration code again and again for different test cases you are writing in the different pages. Same code you are writing duplicate. Okay, what will happen in that case? Number of lines of code will be more. What is number of lines of code in a framework? What is mean by total number of code? Total number of lines of code means whatever 1,000 lines are there or 10,000 lines are there. For example, 10,000 lines are there, and then you are writing repetitive means what will happen? Total test cases will be less automated. Okay, so there are less number of test cases you automated. You just automated 100. For each test case you have written 100 steps, then it became a 10 100 code. 10 100 lines of a code you have written. Okay, so although we will not calculate line by line, but I'm talking like, so you are writing repetitive code, so your number of lines of code will be more, but the scenarios you will be automating are less. So this is a not good approach. It is not at all good. It is a bad approach. Okay, so writing this number of class files and then test case wise you are creating, and then repetitive code you are writing, login code you are writing in each test case, that is not good idea to write. Okay, so you have reused code. Okay, so you have some methods of there are 20 methods. Okay, each one is having 10 lines of a code, and that 10 20 methods you are reusing. So what it is? So 200 lines of code is like reusing, and then some other lines of code is you have, and then that is not reused, but it is individually you are writing. So in all you have total number of steps are very less. Okay, just 300 400, but still you have automated 100 test cases. Okay, still you automated test cases. Which one is a better? Now tell me guys, which one will be easy to update, which one will be easy to manage altogether? So the disadvantage of the duplicate code is that project is less maintainable. Project is less maintainable. If some locator will change, you will change at a 2 3 places or a multiple places. Using methods number of times is a good idea, right? Okay, so this is not a good idea. Like you are having 10,000 lines of code and then still you are automating 100 only. You have 200 lines of code and then you are automating 100 test cases. That is a good one. Okay, so having methods and then having the classes and methods. Okay, so here the methods are there in the class. Having the classes and methods, this object pattern, page object pattern is good to use. Okay, so it is recommended to use with this pattern. So how we can reuse the code with this pattern? The question, next question, like, okay, so we will learn more about page object model now, so you will understand okay how it will help us in writing the classes of for each page and then maintaining it. Okay, so there will be no duplicate. How there will be no duplicate and all? So page object model is a design pattern we use in Selenium. It is very famous. Any framework you work on, almost 90% frameworks will use this page object model. Page object model, you will come across this one when you are working in a Selenium framework. Okay, so now page object model design pattern. So I have this application to automate. Okay guys, be on a mute when you are not talking. Okay, so
So
okay,
Rajni, I
fine.
have a question.
Yeah guys, yeah.
So Rajni, suppose there is a text field, right? First name, last name, email. So
Mhm.
we have to create an object of each and every field.
Okay, we can create a, sorry,
So my
I didn't.
question, because somebody asked me the question like that, if we have
Hmm.
a in page object model, suppose we have a first name, last name, so we have
Hmm.
to create an object for each text field,
Element we have to create. Okay, web
not the
element we
object.
create, not the object. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so what is that? Okay, maybe I did not get your question properly, but you will understand that clarification. Okay, whatever the interviewer was trying to ask you or make you confused, so that you give a right answer or you have a proper information or not. So they might be checking in that way. So you will understand it uh, in today's class. Okay, regarding the page object model. Okay, so in this page object model, you will create a Java class file. So what is a class in Java? Class demo. It has a variables methods. Okay, what are my variables, like integer a, b, or a string name, or a string age, whatever we have seen. Okay, guys, you know, right, what is a Java class? Okay, so
Yes.
yes, everyone. Okay, so in
Yes.
Java class, we created a Java puppy class. Okay, in that we created a constructor, different methods, set age, get age, like that. So what are that methods? Are reusable methods. Okay, how many objects you create? So how many objects you create, that many copies will be created for that class. So you are reusing that. Okay, so here in this pattern, in this page object model, what are our pages? The pages are application pages. Okay, so we are creating the classes according to the pages. According to the pages means there is a contact sales page. Okay, so if I click on, there is a contact sale page. For this page I will create one class file. What will be the name? Contact sale page.java. Okay, so that will be my page. Okay, get a free demo. Okay, for this page, what is a get a free demo? This is the page. Okay, for this page I will create a get a free demo page.java class file. So in this class file, what we write? In this class file, what we will write? The variable will be, what will be my variable? Locator for that elements on that page. So for a test case, what I will be testing, get a free demo registration on this page, right? Okay, so to do the registration on that page, so I'll create a page. What will be the name? Contact sale page dot java. Okay, so this will be my one class. Okay, there will be another class, and what will be the name of this one? Get a free demo. So I will write get a free demo page dot java. So each Java page has a .java extension. You might have noticed or not, but there is a Java extension. Okay, so and you have a platform. Okay, or you have a case studies. For this page there is a, you will create .java class. For each page you will create, okay, partners or our partners, HR manager. For that each page you will create. So if I have a 50 pages, my application has a 50 pages, so we'll create a 50 class files. And what will be the names we will give according to the project, so that I understand in contact cell I have given, or I have methods related to that page, and I have variables. Like, what are variables? My locators. In Selenium, what are my variables? My locators. Which are the locators? The input box, buttons, okay, the links available on that page. That will be, so on this page what are available, that one only I will write. So the locators and then buttons related to that. So that will be my variables. Okay. So in proper Java terminologies, what it is called as data members member function. So data members are which will hold the data. Member functions are methods. Okay, methods, functions, both are same. Okay, contact sale. dot java. So in this, what will be there? The locators will be there. So what are my locators? Contact cell has a first name, last name. So you will write a locators for this all. Okay. So locators you specify. How you specify a locator? We create a web element. Okay. And after creating web element, you can perform different actions. So we'll create a web element. Web element, what will be the element? Username. Okay, so username is my element, and initially will assign null, or you will assign, or you will write a locator. So what will be my locator here? You write driver dot find element by dot xpath text. You write that locator here. So my username is a web element locating to this one. Okay, so what will be there in this? So driver dot find element, all that. Okay, so I will not write here. I will write only for one find element. So you will write that find element, and inside that you will write by dot id, and you will write it. Okay, and then semicolon. So you will create a locators like this. Locators means web elements. Okay, so you are writing web elements. How many web elements you will write? 5, 6, 7, 10, 20. How many are there? That all web elements you will write. So on this contact sale page dot java, how many web elements I will create? 10. Okay, so let me repeat, guys. If you get confused, I will repeat again. So what is a page object model? Page object model is a design pattern. So in Selenium, writing code in different classes or same class, it is tedious to maintain. So we have got a this design pattern which will help us in reusing, like creating the class files for each page, and then we can reuse the methods. So reusing the methods, what is the benefit? The number of total lines will be less, and when we have less code, it is easy to maintain. When we have so many, like so much of code, it is difficult to maintain that code, update that code. Okay, locators are getting changed so many places, you have to change that repetitively. So repetition of code is not at all a good idea. You should write only once. Whatever code you are writing, only once. Okay, whatever you are writing, first name locator, okay, only once you should write. Whatever you are writing locator, last name, only once in the framework we should write. So I have 10 test cases. Few are positive, few are negative, few are with a valid email, few are with the valid email, few are with invalid email. So you should not always write all first name last name repetitively. Do not create that locators repetitive and then create the test cases positive negative. 10 you have, so 10 times you are writing the locator for this first name, 10 times for a last name. It is like you are writing repetitive code, and number of lines are like for 100 test cases you have written 10,000 steps. Okay, so which is not at all a good idea. It is worst programming. Okay, so the frameworks are not written in that way. So how we write the framework then? For each page in the application, we create one class file in Java. So what is my class file? What are the classes in Java? So in Java we have classes that are, you already know. So you create a demo class or whichever. So individual, it is a class. .java file, it is demo array. Okay, so we have seen a programs. So individual class file you will create for each page. Okay, how it is going to help in, when we create a framework, you will have an idea. So it is not only just creating the pages, there is other side also. There is like initialization, where we do, from where we call, from where we get all that details, basic, like how to launch a driver. So we are talking about variables only, but how to launch, so that is I will tell. tomorrow. Today you do not worry about it. So today you focus on what is page object model and what are the advantages of using that page object model. So what you will write in the contact sale page dot java locators, how you create a locators elements like this web elements you create. So now in this I will write another methods. What will be the methods? Okay, there is a method registration. Okay, so this is my contact sale registration page. Okay, then the method will be, so it will have a return type. Do not go into that all syntax. So the registration will be the method, and to this method you will give the driver object. So do not worry about what object you pass in inside this registration method, what all you will write. So now for username, so I have to perform which action? Username dot click. Okay, for example, I want to click or I want to use a send key, so I will use that method and then I will pass some value to it. Okay, so this will be the step I'll write. So what all different steps I will write in this registration method? So second will be last name. So last name I will create here element above this. So last name dot send keys I will use, and then company name dot send keys, number of employees dot, or like select by I will use, and job title I will use job title dot send keys, some value,
So
right?
Rajni,
And then here, hmm,
so this is all registration is one method. So we have to create everything under registration, right?
okay, when it is a activity like some meaningful activity you are performing, so login will have three steps. Username you will provide, password you provide, and you will click on a login button. So that three things you will write in that login. Log out, what will have logically, just log out, click on a log out, that's it. Okay, so you will have one step in that method. Registration step, logically you think what steps will come. So all my steps will come, 10 steps will come in this method. So yes, I'll write a 10 steps here. Okay, username dot send keys, last name dot send keys. It depends on the logic of that method. Okay, so or how you are segregating or how you are minimizing the code, it is uh, up to you. Just you send the just you write a method for first name or a few three two input boxes you are writing one method, or how is your application, it is your choice to write a method. Okay, so for one also you can write individually, logically you can write. So here registration is making some logic, so I am writing in that way. So registration, for this I will use registration username dot send keys, last name dot send keys, and then these are my different. Okay, so different activities you can perform in this. Okay, do not go with the exact example. Okay, so I am giving you an example how this element is being used in a method. Okay, so here you may not write. Okay, there will be again a test layer. In that test layer you will write. Okay, so in a framework real time there will be, this is the page layer. Okay, so whatever we are creating the pages, that is called as page layer. Okay, so these all are called as page layer. So these all are page layer. So there will be so many, right? So like this I will be creating different so many, and go on and go on, right? So these are my different classes. So this is my page layer. So all the pages you created, all the locators you created, and then you have written a methods associated for that elements. Okay, so this is your page layer. So how many pages you will create, how many pages you have in the application, that many Java classes you will create in a page object model. So page object model says to have that many number of Java classes, so that you write related code in that page only, so that duplicates will not be there. So you will not write duplicate code. You already know in a contact sale page dot java username I already created. So do I need to write again? No. Okay, if you are working or 10 people are working in a project, one person created a web element for username, so other person will also know that okay, he will understand contact sale page has a this username and that is already available. Even though there are 100, he will be able to find that okay, username is already there in that 100. Okay, so he will not be writing that, so there is less chances of having the duplicate code. So related to that page you are writing the code inside that. So already if you have so many resources working on, so they can know okay, what are the locators or elements are already created. You created 4 elements, web elements, other person we created 4 web elements. He worked on that 4, you worked on some different 4, and then tomorrow you have done a code merge, and then everything you have taken, you have 8 web elements. So now you will write ahead, right? So you will not again repeat that whatever is already written. So you understand, or you no need to ask him like whatever you have done or what I have done in the contact sale page. No worries. So there is only one contact sale page, there is no other contact sale page created in the framework. No, only one will be created. So it is, it doesn't mean that okay, we are creating separate. So one resource will create a one automation resource is creating one contact sale, other automation resource is creating a other contact sale page 2.java. No, only one page class will be created for one application, one page. Okay, so for individual page only one will be created. So that is fluent design pattern. Okay, so that design pattern we will talk. So but not to have that all duplicates or anything repetitive code, we will write only one. So at one place you write everything of that page, so anyone looking at that page he will understand. So whenever some new functionality is getting added, so tomorrow there is a first name, last name, middle name is also added, for example. So what will be the change in this entire uh, page? Only one web element you will be creating with that middle name. Okay, and then everything will be same. So registration method or associated different methods will change. Okay, or else you will write related to that element only, but other elements you will not touch, you will not update anything there. So that is the advantage of this. So
So
how
Rajni,
we hmm.
so Rajni, as you are saying, we will just change at one and it will automatically reflect. So like where we gonna change? It's in the base class or where?
Okay, I'm not talking about base class at all now. I'm talking about just a page object model. Okay, so just I'll come to the base class. Okay, so now I'm just talking about the elements, web elements of that page and the methods
No, like as
associated.
no, my question is Rajni, like as you are saying, if we can
Mhm.
change at one, it will automatically reflect. How it reflect?
Automatically. Okay,
Yeah, how?
with the git, so you will update the code in a github.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So you will update your code and then I will update my code. We both are working, for example. And
Mm-hmm.
then tomorrow you updated and tomorrow I also updated. Day after tomorrow I will take the latest, you will take the latest. So you have my copy, I have your copy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I have downloaded the latest code, right? So in that your code is already updated. You updated your code. So when I download, I have your code also. And when I have downloaded the new code, which is like yesterday you already did the update and tomorrow, like today I'm taking that update. So I have the web element which is created by you for that contact sale page dot java.
Mm-hmm.
This is I'm saying like I already wrote or I automatically know when I look at a contact sale page dot java. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So not only you and me who all have the access, they all will know they are downloading the latest code. So they know, okay, there is a 2-3 elements or a web elements are created for this page. There are different web elements created for this page. Okay, so our web elements will be depending on a private public, so it will be visibility we will decide. Okay, so that we will see in this, but okay, we will only discuss about the page object model. So now you got it, the page and object. So each page has got a class, and then we'll create a object of that class. So in that object, what all I have all the components, right? So what are the elements or methods, everything is there, and then with the object I can call as well, right? So methods I can call with the objects.
Yes, Rajni.
Yeah, so this is your page layer. Okay, similarly you will have a test layer. Okay, so similarly we will have a, so we already discussed page object model design pattern, so we will talk about um, this one as well. So test layer. Okay, so what is a test layer? Your actual test methods will be written in this test layer. Okay, in this test layer also you will create a each test, each like individual test classes for each page. So you will have a contact, sale, test dot java. So this time you will use a word test. Why? Because this is my test class. Okay, here I have the actual test cases, say valid, invalid, or whatever different tests I have that are there in this. Okay, so we will develop a framework, you will have an idea what we will be. So with this, in this test layer you will have the test methods. So what is, you will write a test ng annotation. So if you are using a page object model with test ng, and then you will go with the test ng annotation. So your test ng annotations are written in this test layer. Okay, so this will be your second page will be get a free demo test dot java. Okay, so all your these test layer classes are added with the word test. So that you understand, okay, this is a test layer. In this we are going to use a test ng annotation. So this is your test layer. Okay, so this is your test layer. So in this we will have the test cases, annotations, all that we will see in detail. Now just understand what is entire architecture will be, just the pattern will be how it is. So in all this you are creating web element, you are using the driver dot find element, everything. Okay, so everything, this driver you have to initialize once in order to use in all the pages, all the page classes, all the test classes. Okay, to use that we will write one test base class. Okay, so this is my test base class. So what will be the test base class having? So test base dot java. In this test base you will have all the initialization things. Okay, so system dot set property, driver object. So driver object will be initialized, and then implicit wait you will write. So you have a properties file to read, that you will write driver dot get. So to launch a particular url, or to use with a chrome, or run on a chrome browser, or run on a firefox browser, you will write related code in the testbase.java. The initial setup activities you will do, in short, initial setup activities you will do in the testbase.java. So what are my initial setup activities? Who will tell?
think the implicit weight and the system property defines and
Which
the
browser to
URL,
launch? Yeah, which
which
browser
browser
to.
to launch.
So if I want to launch a Chrome browser, so I will initialize a driver object with new Chrome driver, right? Or else if I want to run in a Firefox, so I will use accordingly. Or Internet Explorer, I will use accordingly. Yes, so that will be there. Implicit weight related to that driver dot get method we use to launch a particular URL, right? Then, so initial setup activities you will perform all that. So you have a properties file. What is properties file? Properties file will have the properties. What are the properties? Just the URL. Okay, so which will not change. URL, will it every time change? No, right? So I will save it in a properties file. Username and password, I'll save it in a properties file, so that I'll read from that properties file in my test base to pass to the method. Okay, so we will create a property. So why we are writing in one properties file? Because tomorrow if URL is getting changed, we will update the properties file only. Tomorrow URL is getting changed, so orangehrm.com it is. So orangehrm, for example, it is getting changed. So something new name is coming, so URL is changed. So where you will change? In this properties file only. Suppose your password is changed, you will change in the properties file only. So you will not touch any other page or any other class file anywhere in the framework. Okay, no need to. Everything just you need to update in one place, and then that will work. So this was about the test base. So in this test base, we will be writing initial activity, so that you have the driver object created. So in order to use this driver object in these classes, you have to inherit this test base in each of the page class. In each page you have to inherit. Okay, so how we can inherit? Using the extends keyword. Okay, so using the extends keyword we can inherit the test base in all the page layer, page classes, test layer, test classes. So test layer, test classes, and page layer, page classes will inherit test base. So what is the inheritance? What is the meaning of inheritance here? Whatever is there in the test base will be coming in the child class. So this is your parent class test base, and contact sale page.java is your child. So parent properties are inherited by child. Everything, whatever the code you write, the locators or elements you create, or a driver object you create, and then initial setup activities you do, that everything will come in each. Okay, so that we are reusing, we are not writing always and always. If it is changing one place, we will change. Okay, if it is changing at a one place, we will change. If not, then we will just extend. So with extend, it is coming in each page.java. Okay, so your page classes has got extended this test base, test layer, test classes are extending the test base. So your driver object, initial setup activities, everything are getting inherited to that class file. And at the same time, whenever there is a update, you will update at a one place only. So one is there, one is getting reused multiple times. Any question in this?
So Rajni, the question that I asked earlier, like, so it means we have this is the framework that already like we have to changes like in this framework. So we just update everything in the base class, and it will automatically update in the pages and the test class, test.java.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Why? Because you are creating one class here. Okay, so if I change value count equals to 10 here or 20 here, so the count is a, everywhere wherever count is referring, the value is changed now to 20. Yes or no? Do I need to write something for this count, or anytime for any variable or anything? Once I'm changing means that is everywhere it is used, so that new will be used, right? So compiler will execute each time with a new memory allocation. So every time for each execution it is different. So my last execution, that is different. So this execution I am changing it to 400 or 410. So now it is 410. The count is 410 only. Wherever you are referring to the count 10 times you print 410 only, it will be printing. So if my test base has some Chrome browser related code, so that will be only available for all your page classes or test classes. Okay, if you have some different thing, so that different thing will be applied on all. Okay, so you are extending this test base. Extending means this is your parent class, this is your child class, all the properties are coming from this to this. Okay, so you are coming in this way. Okay, so from parent to child, your parent properties are coming to your child class. So like from the parent to child. Okay, so we will see more details tomorrow. We'll create a framework. We will create a test base. Okay, we'll see some more uh, detailed discussion about it in next class, guys.
Okay,